Yep, got a copy. Guess so. I was the chosen one, I guess. Cool. Sounds good.
Hey, Brett, you got a sec?
Yeah, what's up?
All right, 2 seconds.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Evan Wall Media broadcast of the Bandit Reloaded Racing League. We're here today at Daytona International Speedway in Daytona Beach, Florida. It's going to be the first race of this season for the Bandit Reloaded Racing League. And I'm going to be here with Matt Crockett. He's going to tell you a little bit about this league. You want to go ahead?
Yes, sir. Again, I want to thank you, Evan. Appreciate you doing everything for us this season, and we're very excited to have you aboard, first of all.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Awesome. Well, the Bandit Reloaded Racing League, we're racing a couple cars this year. Racing a 15 race schedule, and it's a long one, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be action packed, a lot of craziness.
Yes, sir. Definitely.
Hey, Evan, you got a copy? Are you supposed to be showing any video right now? No need to apologize. I just wanted to make sure because you'll have to redo the Matt thing too because we could not hear him at all. No, we couldn't hear him. And right now, I'm streaming over, my voice is streaming over your thing, so you'll probably want to change those settings eventually. Nope, nope, no bad at all. All right, I'm gonna head up. Good luck, man. Thank you for being part of this.
All right, let's try this again. I'm Evan Wall. I'm going to be your commentator today here with Evan Wall Media. Welcome to Daytona International Speedway. Let's see if now we can talk to Matt Crockett about this league.
First off, Evan, thank you so much. You do hear me, right?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Thank you, Evan Wall Media, stepping up and helping us this season for a 15 race season, racing the Cup cars, and it's going to be up and down, left and right, a lot of impatience and a lot of patience. So it's going to be a fun one, and hopefully everybody can stick around and watch every race and make sure to give Evan Wall a big follow and hit that notification bell.
Yes, sir. Thank you, and good luck to all of our drivers today here at Daytona.
Thank you, sir. And also wanted to let you know too, with our league, we do one fast repair for the super speedways, so we do only have one fast repair tonight, and so everybody's just got to be careful. It's a 100-lap race. It's going to be patience.
Definitely going to be very interesting here tonight. Let's go ahead and I'm going to have the stream look at the schedule for this league right now. You can see we're at 100 laps at Daytona International Speedway tonight. You can see all 15 of the events for the Bandit Reloaded Racing League. Next event is going to be next week at Atlanta Motor Speedway. It's going to be 100 laps as well. The season is going to wind up December 16th at Charlotte Motor Speedway. You'll be able to catch all of those here on my YouTube channel, Evan Wall Media. I will be broadcasting the whole season. We hope to have you along for the ride. So yet again, thank you for joining us today. So far during practice, fastest lap is going to be by Terry Condis in the 32 car. As the checkered flag for practice is going to come out. Yet again, want to apologize for the start of this stream. Had a little bit of trouble. It was a little bit rushed coming on, so I'm very sorry about that. But from now on, we should be good to go for the rest of this 100-lap race here at Daytona International Speedway. Yet again in Daytona Beach, Florida. This track opened in 1959, still going strong. It is 2.5 miles long, 31-degree banking in the turns, 18 degrees in the tri-oval, bank 2 degrees on the backstretch. The Bandit Reloaded Racing League. Every season they run different tracks. As we're watching qualifying right now, we're watching Nick Nickerson. So the Bandit Reloading Racing League, it's a standard old school point system. 43 points to the winner, 42 to second place, and so on down the line. They do give out bonus points for fastest qualifier, fastest lap of the race, leading a lap, most laps led, and 3 bonus points for an incident-free race. They are going to be running fixed setups tonight, so all the drivers are going to be on the same playing field setup-wise. And as I believe it was already mentioned, they get 1 fast repair for super speedways, short tracks, and road courses. So there's going to be 1 fast repair tonight, but when we run our 1.5-mile tracks, they're not going to have any fast repairs. Also going to have 3 sets of tires, including what you start the race on. Whereas road courses, they're only going to be able to have 2 sets of tires, but those are much shorter races. Terry Condis is going to have your quickest lap so far in qualifying. He ran a 47.819. Now you're watching the number 69 car of Brandon Trogdon. Sorry about that. Sponsored by Keystone Light. Currently sitting in 4th on the leaderboard. You now should be able to see the fastest lap times posted on the screen. Nick Nickerson, currently in 1st place. One minute remaining in qualifying as we speak. Currently sitting on the pole is the number 2 car of Nick Nickerson, followed by Paul Butler in the 68. So we're now watching Alan Castle run his 2nd lap. The 93 car, sponsored by Texas Pete. And that lap is going to be good enough for 11th place. Now the 13 of Garrett Hull. See him pulling into pit road. He has not posted a lap time yet. Now the 91 of Willie Evernham. And that's going to be it for qualifying. Nick Nickerson is going to be starting on your pole tonight, followed on the outside row by Paul Butler. Behind him, Carl Handwerk, Daniel Grice, Tony Hillbrands, Brandon Jackson, Kevin Foster, Terry Condis, Robert Mathis. And in 10th place, Brandon Trogdon. As we get ready to line up for the race, let's hear a little bit about Nick Nickerson. Short bio on him, a guy from Arizona who likes racing. Short and simple. His favorite track is the Daytona road course. And he is a corrosion technician for a natural gas pipeline. That's what he does outside of iRacing. The drivers are rolling off of pit road now. And gearing up to go 100 laps here at Daytona International Speedway. Before we get going, I want to thank everyone for joining us here tonight. The pace car is off the track. Nick Nickerson taking control of the field. And we're going green here at Daytona in the Bandit Reloaded Racing Series. Nickerson on the inside line, followed on the outside line by the 68 of Paul Butler. The 100 of Daniel Grice, pushing Butler, trying to get him out front of this inside lane. A little bit of contact with the wall from the 69 Keystone Light car. One car with a little bit of trouble seems to be dropping to the back. It's going to be the 92 of Tony Hilbrands. Currently showing 13th position. Now being passed by the 91 of Willie Evernham. Looks like we have a couple cars back here just riding around trying to stay out of trouble. Up at the front, though, there is still a battle for the lead between Nick Nickerson and Paul Butler. Butler was in front for a second, but Nickerson's going to regain that lead. As we have 3 laps of 100 completed here at Daytona International Speedway. Butler and Nickerson exchanging the lead still. Handwork and Grice in that second row, pushing these guys, trying to get their row up front. And Butler is going to have a little bit of a lead here. But Nickerson fighting back. Neck and neck as they head through the tri-oval on lap 6 of 100. Now Nickerson with the advantage. Down into the tri-oval, this group is going to be starting to get bunched together a little bit more. The few drivers that were in this back pack have now caught up to the front. Now Butler back out in front. A little bit of a lead for him, being pushed by the 100 car of Daniel Grice. But as they come through the tri-oval, Nickerson back out in front. Still exchanging the lead here at the front of this race. As they race now, Nickerson and the 18 of Carl Handwork, both out front of the outside row. Let's see if one of them decides to move up. The 32 of Terry Condis, down below the yellow line through the tri-oval. No trouble caused by it, though. Oh, I'm sorry, that was the 33. Not Terry Condis. That's going to be Zach Hillman in the Bandit Reloaded car. Still double wide battling for the front as we now have 10 laps completed of 100. Now racing on lap 11. as we watch this battle for the lead, let's ride on board with your third place car, second car on the inside row, the number 18 of Carl Handwerk. "15 laps down now here at Daytona International Speedway. As we are currently on lap 16, let's go through the field as they run now. Nickerson still out front, followed by the 18 of Carl Handwerk, the 68 of Paul Butler, the 8 of Kevin Foster, 100 of Daniel Grice, 21 Dan Heisey, in 7th the 32 of Terry Condas, the 99 of Brandon Jackson, the 69 of Brandon Trogdon, and the 33 of Zach Hillman to round out your top 10. If you look, this outside line seems to be dispersing a little bit. They don't have the power that they did early in this race. Some of these drivers may be deciding that they just want to play it cool. This is a long race. As you now see, the 35 of Wesley Fuller is going to be on pit road. And now we've got a good bit of drivers heading down to pit road. And we've got trouble. Trouble on pit road. That's going to be the 69 of Brandon Trogdon. Made contact, and your first caution is going to be out. It's the 69 of Brandon Trogdon and the 18 of Carl Handwerk involved. As the caution is going to be out, let's see if we can go to instant replay. See if we can see what happened. The 69 looks like he came in a little bit too hot. Wasn't expecting the 18 to be going as slow as he was. Couldn't get it slowed up. Neither of those cars seem to be injured too bad, though. As your current leader is going to be listed as the 100 car of Daniel Grice. Again, this caution is going to be out with 20 laps down out of 100 here at Daytona. You see a couple cars will be heading to pit road this time. The 100 of Grice will be one of them. Wesley Fuller in the 35 car is going to be listed as your leader right now. The on-screen overlay will update as soon as they cross the start-finish line. Looks like we have a couple more takers for pit road. Lights are off on the pace car, so that means we have 1 lap to go green. Your leader after that caution is going to be the 35 of Wesley Fuller, followed by the number 2 of Nick Nickerson on the outside row. Behind him, the 68 of Paul Butler, Reno Sims, and Dan Heisey in 5th. In 6th, we have Michael Shore, Brandon Trogdon, Ricky Hart Jr., Terry Condas, and in 10th, the 10 of Matt Crockett. Back down the line, Zach Hillman, Garrett Hall, Bill Harkins, Robert Mathis, Tyler Rowland, and Trey Ellis. It's going to be your top 16 drivers. The 100 of Daniel Grice with some problems. He's going to be still on pit road as we get ready to go back green here. And as you can see, the pace car is off. Fuller will lead us to the green flag. And they are off. Led by Wesley Fuller, Nick Nickerson, Paul Butler, Reno Sims, and Dan Heisey. The battle of Busch Light and Miller Light at the front. The 35 of Fuller running the Busch Light scheme on the inside, with number 2 of Nick Nickerson in the Miller Light scheme on the outside. Nickerson with the advantage through the tri-oval, and he is going to pull down to the bottom. That's going to give a chance for the number 9 of Reno Sims to compete for the lead now. with Nickerson now on the bottom. Sims moving up on the outside. Sims is going to be pushed by the 64 of Ricky Hart Jr., where Nickerson is now pushed by Fuller. The number 9 of Reno Sims is going to be your new leader as he drops down to the bottom row. It's going to leave the 64 of Ricky Hart Jr. on the outside. Nickerson going to decide to pull up to the outside now, though. And we're 3 wide. Sims, Nickerson, and Hart. Still 3 wide through the corner. Reno Sims going to be your leader. Pushed by the number 35 of Wesley Fuller. As the 64 of Ricky Hart Jr. is going to drop back. Going 3 wide. May have been a little bit too aggressive there. So he's going to be shown all the way back in 8th now. Still plenty of time to get back up to the front, though. As now the number 9 of Reno Sims and the 2 of Nick Nickerson battle for the lead. The 2 pushed by the 33 of Zach Hillman. Now we have another car diving back. The 35 of Wesley Fuller. Looks like he may have had some sort of problem as he fell back from 3rd place all the way back to now 12th and falling. May have had some sort of problem, or maybe he just thought it was getting a little bit too dicey up there at the front. Nickerson still your leader, now pushed by Zach Hillman in the 33 car, as the outside lane has dissipated for now. The 68 of Paul Butler is being pushed by the 64 car of Ricky Hart Jr. They're making a challenge for that inside line now. Being joined by the 32 of Terry Condis in the Dude Wipes car. And they've got a couple other people on this outside line looking to give them some help. .68 of Butler pushed out to the lead. But Nickerson fighting back. A familiar scene here on lap 29 of 100, now 30. So we are 3 wide, a couple cars back. And they're wrecking up front. The 92 of Tony Hilbrands getting into the 33 of Zach Hillman. Was almost big trouble there But great work by the couple of drivers who were able to save it. Keep those cars pointed as straight as possible. Let's see if we can go to the instant replay right now. We're focused in on the 33 car of Zach Hillman. See if we can get a better view of that one more time. Again, focused in on the 33 car of Zach Hillman. The 92 of Tony Hilbrands in the middle. Looks like he clips the 68 of Paul Butler. But Hilbrands comes out unscathed. One more time, let's see if we can see it again. The 92 of Hilbrands. Also going to be trouble for our 9, our 43, and our 07. Let's see if we can catch up live right now. You see the couple of cars on pit road. Looking at your 68 of Paul Butler as he heads into the pits with a little bit of damage, not too bad. Looks like one of the guys who got the worst of it was 43, Tyler Rowland. So we're watching Nick Nickerson coming off of pit road, followed by the 35 of Wesley Fuller and the 33 of Zach Hillman. We have a couple more cars taking on pit road. It's going to be our lapped cars that went down pit road that time. So right now we have 20 cars on the lead lap. The 43 of Tyler Rowland and the 28 of Connor Sawyer are going to be listed as your cars currently one lap down. The 11 of Bill Harkins is 2 laps down. The 100 of Daniel Grice, 12 laps down. The 93 of Alan Castle, 13 laps down. And the 04 of Brett Guzik, 32 laps down. We now have 1 to green. We're riding on board with the pace car. Sorry, on board with Nick Nickerson looking back. Nick Nickerson is going to be starting on the pole yet again, with Ricky Hart Jr. in the 64 on the outside. The pace car is off. And we're back green here at Daytona International Speedway. The caution is out yet again, that quick. See if we can get this lineup sorted out, and we will be back to green shortly. It is lap 34 of 100 here at Daytona International Speedway in the Bandits Reloaded Racing League. See the pace car trying to make its way up to the front of this pack. A couple of cars making their way to pit road now. You guys can now see which lap each of these guys last pitted on. Let's see so far who has run the fastest lap of the race. Fastest lap of the race is going to be Joshua Billiter, currently listed as the number 3 car in 15th place. Ran a 4.693. While we are under caution here, take a minute to show you the Bandit Reloaded Racing League's schedule yet again. We're here at Daytona. A couple laps, we're going to notch in the first name in the winner column of this season. Next week we'll be going to Atlanta, followed by Sonoma Auto Club, Phoenix, Vegas, Martinsville, Darlington, Mid-Ohio, Indianapolis, Bristol, Dega, Texas, Homestead, Miami, and ending it all at Charlotte Motor Speedway. We're still under caution here, trying to get everybody lined up. It's right along with Nick Nickerson. The lights on the pace car are out, so it will be one. It is 1 to green right now. As we come around, the pace car will be diving off the track onto pit road. Be Nick Nickerson leading us to the green. The number 4 of Trey Ellis on his outside. I'm sorry, the number 4 of Trey Ellis, I believe, is going to be on the inside. No, I was right the first time. Sorry about that. Trey Ellis on the outside, Nick Nickerson on the inside. And Nickerson with a good jump on the restart. It's going to be a couple car lengths out in front. I don't know if the 4 maybe spun his tires. Just wasn't expecting that jump. Nickerson well out front. Outside lane not able to form as well this time. Paul Butler closely behind Nickerson in second, followed by Zach Hillman. Had a little bit of damage in that previous wreck, but it obviously wasn't too bad. He's running third place right now. And the 8 of Kevin Foster jumping up high, trying to make something happen. Foster trying to get the outside lane working. Followed closely by Trey Ellis and the 91 of Willie Evernham. Now the 33, going to be up on the outside line, making it close. Just barely squeezing up there. The 33 of Zach Hillman now will be fighting Nick Nickerson for the lead. The inside lane doesn't have near as much help anymore. There was a big gap from the 68 of Paul Butler back to the 9 of Reno Sims. Still is. And we've got contact. It's the 92 car. It's going to be into the wall. He holds the brake, just barely missed another car. You can see how steep the banking is here at Daytona, as the caution flag is going to be out yet again. Let's see if we can go to an instant replay, see what happened. Let's rewind one more time. Watching the 92 of Tony Hilbrands. A little bit of contact with the 7. And the 35 car is going to be up into the wall. Let's watch this and focus on this 07 car of Michael Shore. He comes up a little high, gets the 92. You see the 35 go flipping. 35 of Wesley Fuller. Let's see if we can replay that one more time and ride along with the 35 of Wesley Fuller here. Caught trouble in front, nowhere for him to go. Gets hit. Zach Hillman going to be in the lead at the moment. You see most of our cars are on pit road. Let's see who all has pitted. Hillman last pitted on lap 34. He elected not to come down this time. while almost everyone else has. So Hillman, even though he didn't pit not long ago, still has not pitted this caution. As they run now, 40 laps down out of 100. The lights on the pace car are off and we are ready to go green yet again after one more caution lap around this track. Starting in first place is going to be your number 33 of Zach Hillman, followed by the 64 of Ricky Hart Jr., the 2 of Nick Nickerson, the 8 of Kevin Foster, the 99 of Brandon Jackson to round out your top 5. Following him, we have the number 4 of Trey Ellis in 6th, the 18 of Carl Handwerk in 7th, the 91 of Willie Evernham in 8th, the 68 of Paul Butler in 9th, and the 07 of Michael Shore in 10th place. Pace car diving off the track. Hillman accelerating. He will lead us to green here in the Evanwall Media 100 at Daytona International Speedway yet again. Nick Nickerson right on Hillman's bumper, trying to give him a push that inside lane out front. But there's going to be some gaps back behind them. The 64 of Ricky Hart Jr. now falling down behind Nickerson on the inside lane. Followed by the 99 of Brandon Jackson. Nickerson now on the outside, doesn't have any help, but trying to get by the 33 of Zach Hillman. Now he's got help. The 99 of Brandon Jackson jumps up there, helping him on the outside. They're also followed by the 8 of Kevin Foster and the 18 of Carl Handwerk. Now giving the outside line an advantage. And Nickerson is going to be able to jump down, just barely clearing the 33 of Zach Hillman. It's going to leave Brandon Jackson in his Mustang out up top. And the 33 is going to jump up there, but he's in the wall. Into the wall a couple times and sideways. The 33 of Zach Hillman and the 18 of Carl Handwerk. So the caution is going to be out yet again, lap 43 of 100. One more time, let's head to the instant replay. See if we can see what happened. See the 33. Got a nudge from the 99. And sideways, taking out the 18. Carl Handwerk and the 33 of Zach Hillman. Both with a good bit of damage there. The 18, nothing he could do. Just got hit completely from the side. He goes and hits the inside wall. Luckily for the 33, though, he didn't seem to have much damage. we're now going to catch back up to live. Nickerson back to the lead. And the 33 of Zach Hillman now shown back in 10th. So we'll watch everybody head down pit lane. At least one driver electing to stay out. And there you can see Nickerson, since he qualified on the pole, having the first pit stop, and he's also the first off. Followed by the 99 of Brandon Jackson. As you can see these guys head off pit road, your current leader is going to be listed as the number 4 Jimmy John's car of Trey Ellis. He elected not to pit this time by. Followed by the 07 of Michael Shore. He's going to be listed as second place. Then the 10 of Matt Crockett in the Liquid Death Mustang. All three of those drivers decided not to come in the pits this time. Now you can see the 10 of Matt Crockett heading down pit road. He will pit this time, just decided not to on the first lap. We're now showing 1 lap to green. Trey Ellis, your leader in the number 4 Freaky Fast Jimmy John's car. Starting on the outside will be the 07 of Michael Shore. Followed by the 2 of Nick Nickerson on the inside and the 99 of Brandon Jackson, second row outside. Heading down the line, starting in 5th, is going to be the 91 of Willie Evernham. Followed by the 64 of Ricky Hart, 21 of Dan Heisey, the 68 of Paul Butler, the 32 of Terry Condis, and the 8 of Kevin Foster in 10th place. You now see the Liquid Death Mustang hurrying to catch up with the pack. Here on the back stretch before we go green, the few cars coming off of the pits trying to catch up to the rest of the pack. The pace car is down. Heading onto pit road, the number 4 of Trey Ellis jumping out to a huge lead on the start. The 07 of Michael Shore with a very slow start on the outside. That's going to mess everybody up. He even got into the wall a little bit. The 91 of Willie Evernham gave him a little nudge before he came around him. So it looks like he has some damage to his front end. Aerodynamically, that is not going to help him here today. Your leader, the number 99 of Brandon Jackson, jumped out to the front, followed closely by the 2 of Nick Nickerson. Nickerson now jumping to the outside, trying to compete with the 99. He's going to have the lead for a second, but who's going to have more help? The 64 of Ricky Hart Jr. is helping Nickerson on the outside, while the 4 of Trey Ellis is helping Jackson on the inside. Everybody trying to figure out which line they want to be in so far, as we only have 4 cars now on the top. But the top lane is out front with the 2 of Nick Nickerson. The top lane being the 2 of Nick Nickerson, the 64 of Ricky Hart Jr., the 8 of Kevin Foster, and the 91 of Willie Evernham. Nickerson looked like he was going to try and dive down, but the 99 of Brandon Jackson coming in strong, as you now see the 8 of Foster down to the inside. Nickerson not with the help he wants on the outside, but he's still holding strong up there, as it seems to be mostly single file racing towards the back. We have a couple guys on the outside, but not a lot. This front pack is fairly small. The 2 of Nickerson went to the inside, now back up to the outside, trying to control both lanes, but that's not going to work for him as Brandon Jackson powers out front. Jackson being pushed by the 4 of Trey Ellis. And Ellis looking a little bit wobbly heading down the backstretch. The 2 of Nickerson pushed back out to the front by Ricky Hart Jr., but not able to hold it. The only guys this top row has as of right now is Nick Nickerson, Ricky Hart Jr., and Willie Evernham. The top row doesn't have many people, but the bottom row isn't very organized. It is now lap 51 of 100. We do have 50 laps completed here at Daytona International Speedway in the Evanwall Media 100. We're halfway there as Nickerson pushed out front. It's going to secure the lead on the bottom row now, but he has a challenger of Ricky Hart Jr. on the outside row, pushed by Willie Evernham. They now come up on a lap car. That's going to be the 100 of Daniel Grice. He was up in the lead earlier in the race, but he is now 25 laps down. Nickerson and Jackson now have a commanding lead on the rest of the field, with Trey Ellis in the 4 car, followed by Willie Evernham rounding out 3rd and 4th. Evernham is going to go to the outside of Ellis. It's not going to stick, though. It might this time. Evernham has help. The 8 of Kevin Foster pushing him on the outside, trying to get that outside line moving, and they have more help. The 64 of Ricky Hart Jr. also on the outside, but they're going to dive down low once again. You can tell Willie Evernham wants to jump up to the outside. Looks like the 99 of Jackson now may be peeking to the outside, seeing if he can get something working up there. Jackson now to the outside of Nickerson. Doesn't have any help as of right now. The 4 of Trey Ellis going to be helping push Nickerson. And nobody wanting to join Jackson on the outside. Still nobody jumping up there as Everham is now on the inside of Jackson. One driver jumping up. It's going to be the 8 of Kevin Foster. Foster not able to close the gap up to Jackson, though. There's going to be a little bit of a gap between them. As they try to make the outside lane work. Right now it's only Jackson and Foster. If we look back, though, we can see the Monster Energy car, the 100 of Daniel Grice, is going to be on the outside lane. He is 25 laps down, but he's still being pushed up front. And if he gets pushed up front close enough, he can help Kevin Foster and Jackson push this outside line up ahead. The 4 of Trey Ellis, all over the back of Nickerson. And he's looking a bit jumpy. It looks like he wants to try and make a move. Yet again, it is still only lap 57 of 100. We still have plenty of time here left in this race. Just barely past halfway. Now our outside lane is starting to form better. We have Jackson. Oh! A little bit of contact there between the 4 of Trey Ellis and the 8 of Kevin Foster. Nothing coming out of it, though. But as I was saying before, our outside lane is developing a little. And it looks like a little bit did come out of that contact if you notice the left front of the 8 car. That tire seems to be poking out of the body. It's not supposed to do that, if you didn't know. Hopefully it's nothing but that 8. The damage on that 8 could cause a tire rub. We don't know. We'll see as it goes on. Our outside lane is starting to form up, though. As I was saying before, we have the 99 of Brandon Jackson, followed by the 8 of Kevin Foster, the 64 of Ricky Hart Jr., the 100 of Grant, who, like I said, or Grice, like I said, is a lapped car. But the inside lane is fairly well formed, too. Led by Nickerson. Trey Ellis in the 4 in second place, and then Willie Everham. So we have a lap car going by on the inside. Now on the outside as well. It seems our top lane has sort of dispersed as we have guys now pitting. All led by the 2 of Nick Nickerson. Heading onto pit road. as Nickerson makes his pit stop. Your current leader is going to be the 99 of Brandon Jackson, followed on the outside by the 64 of Ricky Hart Jr. and the 21 of Dan Heisey. The 64 of Hart Jr. doesn't have any help on the outside. Jackson thought about pitting but decided not to. Still going to be your leader, followed by Hart Jr. Let me pop back up graphic on the screen to show you what lap each of these drivers has pitted on. The top 8 have not pitted recently. '64 of Ricky Hart Jr. and Jackson battling for the lead here. Right behind them, the 100 car of Daniel Grice. So none of them decide to pit this time. The 100 car of Daniel Grice, the Monster Energy gray car. He is going to be 25 laps down, not racing for position. Now the 32 Dude Wipes car of Terry Condis up here in your race for the lead. Going to be helping the 64 of Ricky Hart Jr. Trying to push him out front, and he's going to be able to do it. Hart Jr. and Condis both clearing Jackson as they are able to go down to the bottom. And Jackson pitting this time, followed by Grice. The 64 of Ricky Hart Jr. staying out, though. Ricky Hart Jr., your lone car, staying out from that very lead pack. But we do have some guys back here. This is the 29 of Robert Mathis, who decided to stay out also. Followed by the 28 of Connor Sawyer and the 13 of Garrett Hall. All 4 of these guys have decided to stay out as of right now. Now all 4 of them will be dropping down low into the pits, all following the number 64 of Ricky Hart Jr. Ricky Hart Jr., Robert Mathis, Connor Sawyer, and Garrett Hall, all dropping to the pits. So Robert Mathis is going to be listed as your leader just because his pit stall is in front of all those others. As they come off the track, Mathis, still your leader. But here comes the pack. How quick can Mathis get back up to speed? Not quick enough, as Nick Nickerson going by your new leader yet again. Nickerson in the 2, followed by the 8 of Kevin Foster, the 35 of Wesley Fuller, and the 4 of Trey Ellis. Yet again, the overlay that you were seeing on your screen, it updates as soon as these guys cross the start-finish line. That's why it doesn't actually look correct 100% of the time. As you can see, all our drivers have pitted, except for the 19th and 20th positions of Zach Hillman and Brandon Trogdon. They are both off the track, though. Tight battle here as Nickerson still leads after 66 of 100 laps. followed by Kevin Foster and Wesley Fuller. The 99 of Brandon Jackson, still trying to make that outside lane work. But as of right now, he doesn't have any help. The 8 of Kevin Foster poked to the outside, but decided not to take anything. The 100 car of Grice, still in this pack, looking on the outside, even though he is 25 laps down. Now a little bit more help on the top row. It's going to be the 68 car of Paul Butler. He's 1 lap down. But your second car on the outside row. The outside row now shaping up nicely, trying to challenge Nickerson. Nickerson still in the lead. Followed on the inside row by the 8 of Kevin Foster, the 35 of Wesley Fuller, and the 4 of Trey Ellis. The outside row now coming in strong, led by Brandon Jackson. The 68 of Paul Butler, who is a lap down. The 100 of Daniel Grice, who is 25 laps down. And the 92, that's going to be Tony Hilbrands, who is also 1 lap down. Behind him, the final car on the top row is going to be the number 9 car of Reno Sims, not a lap down. We now have 30 laps to go here at Daytona International Speedway. Neck and neck are Nickerson and Jackson as we head onto the backstretch. Looks like we're starting to go 3 wide. That fell apart very quickly. Looks like it was Grice and the 92 of Hilbrands that were 3 wide for just a second. Looks like Grice fell back. He didn't want to get in trouble with still 30 laps to go. The 68 RC Cola car, the second car on the outside, and the 92 of Tony Hilbrands. It's Paul Butler and Tony Hilbrands. They're the second and third car on the outside row. They're both a lap down, but they are the first 2 cars a lap down. If they could get up past Nickerson, they would be in a great position if a caution came out. And they won't be able to do it. They're wrecking. The 68 of Butler down into the inside wall, collecting a couple more. It's going to be the 4 of Trey Ellis involved as well, as is the 8 of Kevin Foster. Let's go to the replay booth, see if we can see what happened. We're going to follow along with Daniel Grice now. Let's watch it one more time. The 68 came down on the 92, and it looks like he got turned into the inside wall hard for the RC Cola car of Paul Butler. Let's see if we can rewind. Watch it one more time from the view of the 92 car, Tony Hybrins. I'm going to be inside his car as we watch it this time. Inside of the 68. 68 comes down just a little bit, not knowing that anyone was on the inside of him. And catastrophe for a couple of these cars today. So we catch back up live. This is Nick Nickerson in the pits. Now on lap 75 of 100, Nickerson the first off the pits, followed by Jackson. There you see the RC Cola number 68 car. Hasn't had the best run. He was up front for a long time, but just kept getting caught up in mistakes. That's the second wreck he's in. With one lap down, he was in a great position, but Paul Butler going to be back in the pits now, possibly going another lap down. Nickerson's still out front, though. Been out front all race and continues to stay up there as he rides up next to the pace car. Nickerson will be followed by the 99 of Brandon Jackson, the 28 of Connor Sawyer, 29 of Robert Mathis, and the 9 of Reno Sims, the current running order as they pace. And as you can see, everyone has decided to pit. The lights on the pace car are off, and we will be going green the next time by. As you watch a couple drivers still coming in to get their pit service. The 99, first car off, Brandon Jackson, on his way to catch up with the pack. It's a 44 of Trey Ellis. All trying to catch up with your main pack of 5 cars here. Current running order with 1 lap to green, Nick Nickerson still in the lead. He is dominating this race thus far. This is lap 76 of 100, followed by the 99. Followed by the 9 of Reno Sims, the 10 of Matt Crockett, the 07 of Michael Shore, Then the 99 of Brandon Jackson to round out your top 5. In 6th, the 32 of Terry Condis, 35 of Wesley Fuller, 4 of Trey Ellis, the 91 of Willie Evernham, and the 21 of Dan Heisey to round out top 10. Pace car getting ready to dive off, but the lights are going to go back on one more time. A couple guys heading to the pits again, and our outside row was not wanting to form. So we'll watch a couple more drivers get their pit service. So we saw the 99 of Jackson in there again. As well as there's the 92 of Hillbrands driving off. As we head to our backstretch camera, the pace car has its lights off yet again. Hopefully it'll stay like that this time. Nick Nickerson still out front in the number 2 car, followed by the number 9 of Reno Sims, 64, Ricky Hart Jr., 07 of Shore, 35 of Fuller to round out your top 5. In 6th place, the 8 of Foster, the 10 of Crockett, the 99 of Jackson, 32 of Condis, and the 4 of Ellis. In 11th place, we have the 91 of Evernham, the 21 of Heisey, the 29 of Robert Mathis, 14th, the 28 of Sawyer, and in 15th, the 13 of Hall. The pace car is off. And Nickerson leading us to the green flag yet again on lap 78 of 100 here at Daytona International Speedway. No help on the outside row with Reno Sims. But Nickerson is going to power down into turn 1 with the help of the 64 of Hart. As Sims is going to be stuck out to dry just a little bit. With no help, he's going to for sure fall back, unless somebody will jump out and help Sims. We'll see if they do, as he is now listed all the way back to 5th. Starting the outside pole, now all the way back to 6th for the 9 car, as he is able to finally drop down in front of the 8 of Foster, who is heading to the pits. The 99 of Brandon Jackson on the outside line, trying to make something work. The 2 of Nickerson wanted to go up and block. Back down to the bottom, though. So the 99 is not going to be able to get anything without any help. The 35 of Wesley Fuller down low. Not sure if there may have been a problem or if he's just letting some guys go, trying to stay out of trouble. With the 2 of Nick Nickerson still out front, followed by the 64 of Hart Jr. and the 99 of Jackson. We know Jackson's like this outside line. I wouldn't be surprised if in a couple laps we see him try and jump up there. We do have a couple takers on the outside now. Condis and Ellis, both on the outside row, trying to make something work. Wouldn't be surprised to see Jackson jump up in front of them once they catch him. Doesn't look like he's going to. He's going to stay on the inside row for now. It's only 2 cars. With 20 laps to go, he may want to wait for a better opportunity a little bit closer to the end of the race. The 64 is going to jump up high, though. Hart Jr., new competitor for the lead, and he is going to be out front as of right now. Nick Nickerson on the bottom doesn't have any help near him, as he's going to fall back, and Hart Jr. is going to take the lead. Nickerson now fighting the 32 of Condis. Nickerson going to go help Hart Jr., who is now in front of him. And the 32 of Condis being pushed by Ellis, trying to make the outside lane working. They have room to drop down to the inside, but they're not going to do it. And now they will. The outside lane is no more as Condis and Ellis have now dropped down below Nickerson, who is led by Hart Jr. The two of Nickerson all over the bumper of Hart Jr., getting antsy, looking to make a move. But I don't believe jumping outside right now would be the smartest move, as the caution flag is going to be out. Hart Jr., your leader, Nickerson in second, as they slow down. Let's see if we can head to instant replay and see what happened. Michael Shore with big trouble. Let's rewind. Watch that again. See if we can see where that started. That is the 07 of Michael Shore. Yet again, this is the replay. The 07 of Michael Shore being pushed by the 91 of Evernham. They make some contact. Evernham turns him. Maybe intentionally, maybe not. And Shore with a huge crash. Also collecting the 92 of Tony Hilbrands. That'll be his third wreck of the day. Don't know if he'll still be able to run after this one. As Ricky Hart Jr. is going to stay out front. He'll still be your leader today. With 82 laps completed out of 100 here at Daytona International Speedway. Cars coming into the pits now. There you see Nickerson with the first pit stall and the number 2. And his Mustang is going to be the first car off, followed by the 32 car of Terry Condis and the 99 of Brandon Jackson. The leader before the yellow flag came out, the 64 of Ricky Hart Jr. is going to be listed in 4th position as of right now. Trey Ellis out front. He did not pit this time. We'll see if he comes in this lap. He will not be coming in. Trey Ellis will be staying out. Last pitted on lap 76. All these other guys pitted on lap 83 just now. The lights are out on the pace car, and as we dip onto the backstretch, we'll give your starting lineup here. Your restarting lineup. Trey Ellis in the number 4 car, starting in first position on the outside row. We have the number 2 of Nick Nickerson, followed by the 32 of Terry Condis, 64 of Ricky Hart Jr., the 99 of Brandon Jackson, 35 of Wesley Fuller, 10 of Matt Crockett, 9 of Reno Sims, 8 of Kevin Foster, and the 91 of Willie Evernham to round out your top 10. Pace car is getting ready to take the dive onto pit road. They're off, and Trey Ellis leading us through the tri-oval. We are back green here at Daytona International Speedway. Trey Ellis on the inside, followed by the 32 of Terry Condis and the 99 of Brandon Jackson on the outside line. We have the 2 of Nick Nickerson, followed by the 64 of Ricky Hart Jr. That's all that's going to be in this first little pack. We've got a little bit of a gap to our next few guys. Jackson looking up high, as Nickerson is going to be clearly out front and able to dive down in front of Ellis. The 64 of Hart Jr. and the 99 of Jackson. Still trying to make something happen on the outside, though. It looks like some of these guys further back are starting to catch up. The 35 of Wesley Fuller and the 10 of Matt Crockett catching this lead pack. Also is the 9 of Reno Sims in the back of the lead pack, as we have dispersed down to one line. Brandon Jackson still looking to make something happen on the outside. But Nick Nickerson, still your leader. Jackson now to the outside. And back down. Couldn't get any help. Diving up on the outside, seeing if anyone will come up with him, trying to help push him. And when they didn't, he dove back down to the inside. Ellis in the freaky, fast Jimmy John's car. Still looking a little bit antsy, as the 99 of Jackson made his move to the outside, now on the outside of the 32 of Terry Condis. Still no help up there, but he is able to get back down before Ricky Hart Jr. could catch up. You can tell Jackson wants to make a move. Seems to be faster than the 32 car. As this 32 car is leaving a little bit of a gap to Trey Ellis. Not anymore, though. The 32 looking high. The 99 wanting to help. And the outside lane is formed. Condis up high. The 99 of Williams back down low, though. He helped him for a second, but the option came up for him to come back down, so he did. And it looks like the 32 of Terry Condis is now going to be stuck out to dry on the outside lane. Let's see if anybody back here is going to give him any help, or if he can just drop down. And he will drop down. This is the 32 of Terry Condis, now listed in 5th place. The 99 of Jackson up to 3rd. Right on Trey Ellis's tail. And Trey Ellis is right on the tail of Nick Nickerson. So we now have 10 laps to go here at Daytona International Speedway. The lead group getting very racy with 10 to go. Everybody looking to make their move. Jackson lagging a little bit behind Ellis now with 9 laps to go. Now there's going to be a little bit of a gap between Jackson and Hart Jr. in 4th. These top 3 cars got a little bit ahead the rest of this front pack. Nickerson got a little high, letting that lap car by on the bottom. Trey Ellis seemed to have an opportunity to jump to the inside, but he didn't take it. Stayed behind Nickerson, pushing him. So now Jackson trying to go to the outside again. He is on the outside of Ellis and back down low. Jackson looking high again and back down. Jackson won't have any help until Hart Jr. and the rest of this front pack catches up to him, if they can. Ellis looking to the outside. The 99 is going to be on the inside of him, and the 99 is making a move. Pushed the 4 up the track a little bit when he got a little bit too high. And the 99 is going to be in 2nd place. The 4 of Trey Ellis. Falling all the way back, he'll be going into the pits. He did not pit the last time by. And Nickerson, still your leader, followed by the 99 of Brandon Jackson. That little scuffle has caused Ricky Hart Jr. in the 64 to catch up a little bit. But not enough. It's still the 2 of Nick Nickerson and the 99 of Brandon Jackson racing out front with now 6 laps to go. Jackson looking to the inside of Nickerson. He has the inside. Side by side. And Jackson is going to be your new leader. The 99 of Brandon Jackson out to the lead. Followed by the 2 of Nick Nickerson. As they come up on a lap car, that's going to be the 68 of Paul Butler going high. Now going 3 laps down. Butler had a great race. I bet he would still be up here in this front pack if he hadn't been involved in multiple accidents today. So we now have 5 laps to go. Brandon Jackson in the lead. Nick Nickerson. And he turns him! The 99 of Jackson gets turned by Nickerson. The caution flag is going to be out on lap 96 of 100. Let's go to an instant replay here. See Jackson out front, followed by Nickerson. Nickerson looking to make his move on Jackson. Nickerson all over the bumper of Jackson. Waiting to make the move. And Jackson goes spinning. Big trouble for the 99 of Jackson and the 2 of Nick Nickerson. Let's catch back up live here. As the caution flag is flying, we have 4 laps to go. You see a couple drivers take down pit road. A couple head to the pits and a couple stay out. Jackson, your former leader, now shown in 12th position, 2 laps down. The first off pit road is going to be the 32 car. So let's catch back up to Nickerson. Who's been out front all night, still running for the lead. It was supposed to be a 100-lap race today. It was now going to be extended to 101, as we are currently on lap 99 of 101. The lights on the pace car are out. That means we will be going green as soon as we get back to the start-finish line. Nick Nickerson, still your leader. Followed by the 64 of Ricky Hart Jr. on the outside. On the inside, the 10 of Matt Crockett. One of the first times today that we've seen him up front. He's going to be in a great position once we go back green, though. And the 91 of Willie Evernham. He was up front a little bit in this race, but in nowhere near as good of a position as he is now. 5th place, the 32 of Terry Condis. 6th, the 13 of Hall. 7th, the 29 of Mathis. 8th, the 28 of Connor Sawyer. 9th, the 8 of Foster. And 10th, the 35 of Wesley Fuller. Right, the pace car is off the track. Nick Nickerson leading your field to green, and they're off. Nick Nickerson with a huge jump, the 10 of Matt Crockett, with a bad start, second on the inside row. So the caution is going to be out again. So the caution comes out. Let's see if we can get a replay on the 10 of Matt Crockett. Some sort of bad start. Looks like he may have missed a shift or something like that. But the number 10 Liquid Death car with a bad start. As we head back live, of course, Nick Nickerson still in the lead, as this race will now be extended to 102 laps with that. On board with Nickerson here as we catch up to the pace car. See, shutting his car off, coasting now. I'm going to head to pit lane. Couple drivers in the pits. Watch some of them head back out onto the track. You see these guys saving fuel now as the race has been extended to 104 laps. Was supposed to end 2 laps ago, but we've still got 2 to go. This green flag checkered. Green, white checkered. Sorry. Nickerson and his Mustang is going to be your leader. First position of the outside row is going to be the 64 of Ricky Hart, followed by the 91 of Willie Evernham, the 13 of Garrett Hall, and the 28 of Connor Sawyer to round out your top 5. 6th place, the 35 of Fuller, 7th, the 32 of Condis, 8th, the 10 of Crockett, 9th, the 29 of Mathis, and 10th, the 9 of Reno Sims. Great job by the 13 of Garrett Hall getting up to 4th position. Haven't talked about him any tonight, but he has put himself in a great position on this green-white checkered. You watch the 11 car. Beautiful graphics on the back of that one. He's your 13th position right now, 3 laps down. The pace car is off. Nick Nickerson. Leading us to green. 2 more laps to go here around Daytona International Speedway. Nickerson on the inside, Hart Jr. on the outside. Nickerson being pushed by Willie Evernham in the 91. And the 28 of Connor Sawyer. The outside row comprised of Ricky Hart Jr., followed by the 13 of Garrett Hall, and the 35 of Wesley Fuller. The inside and outside line neck and neck here, but Nick Nickerson still your leader. As we cross the stripe, 1 lap to go this time around. Nickerson still out front, being pushed by Willie Evernham, but Ricky Hart and Hall trying to stick strong on the outside. Hart with the advantage on the outside this time. But as we come out of turn 4, heading towards the tri-oval, who's it going to be, Nickerson or Hart? Hart looks like he has the advantage. Nickerson on the inside, but Hart's going to do it. The number 64 of Ricky Hart Jr., your winner after 106 laps here at Daytona International Speedway. The number 64 of Ricky Hart Jr., followed closely by the 13 of Garrett Hall, and then the number 2 of Nick Nickerson. Rounding out your top 5, we have the 91 of Willie Evernham, the 28 of Connor Sawyer. In 6th place was the 32 of Terry Condas, the 10 of Matt Crockett, the 9 of Reno Sims, 29 of Robert Mathis, and the 35 of Wesley Fuller to round out the top 10. 11th place, the 8 of Kevin Foster, 68 of Paul Butler, 11 of Harkins, 99 of Jackson, the 4 of Ellis in 15th. Followed by the 07 of Michael Shore, 21 of Heisey, 92 of Hillbrands, 100 of Grice, 20 the 69 of Trogdon, 33 of Hillman, 18 of Handwork, 3 of Biddler, 43 of Rowland, 93 of Castle, and then the 26th position, the 04 of Brett Guzik. As you're watching your winner, the 64 right here. In 3rd place, we had Nick Nickerson. See, in 3rd place, Nick Nickerson. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
What'd you think about that race? It was a great race. Just got beat out at the end. How was that?
Hey, man, that's just super speedway racing. And it's, a coin toss on the last lap. But everybody did a good job. I think me and Willie we lost our draft, and was that Garrett and Ricky just had a stellar run on that last 3 and 4, and congratulations to him.
Yes, sir. Now Garrett Hall in number 13, you finished 2nd place. Great run. Got anything you want to say?
The last end of that race, it was kind of dicey. I know I was pushing Ricky to the win. I was trying to figure out if I could actually pull out and go around him, but didn't make any sense. If it did, we're going to lose all the position anyway, so might as well just sit behind and push him to the win, take 2nd place off of, I forget, I don't know who finished 3rd, man. I was so focused on the back end of that 54. Yeah, it was fun. It was a nice little time.
Your winner tonight was the 64 of Ricky Hart Jr.
I don't think Ricky is in Discord.
All right, looks like we're not going to be able to talk to Ricky tonight. But thank you, everybody, for joining us. Your winner tonight, Ricky Hart Jr., followed by the 13 of Garrett Hall, and the number 2 of Nick Nickerson. So great race by everybody tonight. And we hope that you will join us next week as we head to Atlanta. Same place, same time. Thank you, everyone, for watching. You all have a great day.
Thanks, man. Good little battle there for the race there, Ricky, man. Congratulations on that win. I know I felt kind of bad for leaving you out to dry a couple times there. Suppose this is my karma.